Wow, already 16 people. I hope I'm live. Hi, Marilyn. Please let me know if you can see this beauty. I'm in a very special place. It's very loud here. This is the place where people usually have fun during the weekends. It's Saturday and it's night, like Saturday night. Hello everyone, hello. Okay, great, I will show you myself now. Hello everyone, hello. I am streaming today from Prague. We already have 17 people. It's going to be a live stream. We will walk and we will talk about my experience that I survived in experience that I had in Ukraine, in Kyiv, and I will compare the life in Kyiv and the life in the beautiful, calm Prague. I will compare cultures. I will compare the way the people live, react, how we raise children, what we have in our minds and souls, and how Czechs are helping Ukrainians, and what it feels like to live in between the worlds. Thank you so much, Diana, for the compliment. Hello. Oh, hello, so many compliments, and it's so wonderful that I have this community of friends. I have made a post on Facebook and also on our Together virtual group, and I received a lot of stories to direct messages, supportive words. Thank you so much. It's really hard. I've never expected I could have such a drastic, awful experience in my life, in my personal life, and I even don't know when it's going to finish, but it will someday, it will someday. By the way, today I have my book of wisdom. I will show you this book of wisdom at the end of our show. Yes, this is the starting sunset. Let me show you it again. And we will start walking. So just a second. So here we are. So guys, as you can see, we are on some kind of recreation space. Some film industries and advertising campaigns make their kind of movies and not movies, kind of film them videos here. It's very beautiful. It's just the summer cafe on the embankment of Vltava River, and you can see the amazing view of Charles Bridge. This year Charles Bridge was reconstructed during the winter months. It was totally dark, and the lighting, the illumination of the Charles Bridge was changed and was improved. So at night it looks beautiful, and even each statue has the lighting. That wasn't the case before. So let's start our walk. We will begin in a quite loud place because there is music, and it's the place where people have fun at the weekends. It's very beautiful. You can see the swing. Yes, local time is 8 p.m. and the sunset will be at about 9, I think, because it's the peak of the summer, the beautiful summer days. It's loud here, and I will start comparing my life in Kyiv and Prague a little bit later when we will explore this cafe. Now I want to focus on the incredible summer life in Prague. You can see the paddle boats. They are very popular here, very popular, and people like to rent them. Sometimes they are in the shape of the swans. So they have different beautiful shapes of these paddle boats. So it's kind of one side of reality there where I live. The beauty, vibrant Prague, the calm of Prague streets, and the loud noise of Prague. Picnic. The ladies are eating pizza. The evening today is incredible. And there is another reality of air raid Sirens of Kyiv. And in this live stream, I would like to open my heart to you, and I want to dive deep into two different mentalities, Czech mentality and Ukrainian mentality. And I would like to tell you about two different worlds: the world of Kyiv, the world of war, and the world of usual, beautiful European capital. Probably this will open your eyes, this will be enlightening for some of you, and you will just enjoy the incredible views of Prague. So we are beginning in the most famous Prague recreation sport. Let's see how Saturdays are happening here. I'm coming to this concert zone, and it's going to be loud. So we are going to walk today across the Charles Bridge, but we will need to get there. While we will be going to Charles Bridge, I will be sharing my emotions from my Kyiv trip with you. Even if you don't have much money for buying the drinks, beer and cocktails, you can sit right here below the trees for free and enjoy the incredible Prague life. The name of the river is Vltava River. There are a lot of bridges across Vltava River, and they are very beautiful. Can you hear the music, by the way? Summertime in Prague. It's a very popular place and very beautiful one. For me, this reality a little bit conflicts the things that I have seen in Kyiv. And today I would like to tell you about the resilience of Ukrainians, about our history and how invisible the war can be, and how fragile is the bridge between the peace and the war, and how the war reshapes our Ukrainian nation. So this is the life of Prague during hot summer days. People who are sitting on these long tables don't know each other. They're just total strangers, but it's even more fun. Let's enjoy some music. I'm not sure if it's going to. Sometimes YouTube blocks the music. Okay, let's go. So we're leaving this gorgeous place because we have a lot of things to see. During winter, and Christmas time, It's the place of the famous Prague skating rink. It is very small, but absolutely lovely. And during the summer days, they have this beautiful cafe. It's very popular because it's close to the main kind of touristic landmarks, close to Charles Bridge and Old Town Square, so there are a lot of tourists and locals as well. And it's very close to water. And yes, the tables, the different food, just the snacks, mostly pizza and a lot of drinks. So welcome, my dear friends. I know that you are watching me from all around the world. And I'm going to show you one of the most iconic places in Europe, Charles Bridge. But I decided to show you the bridge today because for me the store is like the bridge, bridge between the cultures and between two realities that I live. Because of being I live between these two cities, Prague and Kyiv, and they are like existing in parallel universes. In Prague, life is loud, as can be loud and can be calm. For me, it's kind of mostly calm because people stroll along the streets, they drink coffees, they talk about their plans, they visit summer festivals, trams run on time, and it's so natural. Like the peace is so natural. To live in peace is natural. But in Kyiv, everything is shifting. When you arrive at the train station, you feel like your senses become very, very sharp because you need to know where is your bomb shelter, where you will hide at night. When you fall asleep, you are listening to the sounds of these drones and the engines flying in the sky, and you decide, do you need to go to the bomb shelter or you can stay in your bed, because it's kind of like roulette, like the game. You don't know if you wake up in the morning or not. And when you wake up and you survived another night, it's really beautiful, and you can appreciate the beauty of Kyiv, and you can understand and feel how fragile the life is. You can see a lot of grief because in the morning, usually we can see the pictures of the destructions that happened in the city during the night. It's in the Telegram channels. And you can see incredible strength of people who are going to work even though they haven't slept during the night. So in Kyiv, I was carrying this fear that something might happen to me, to my apartment. I even guys don't know if it's my apartment, because probably it's not my apartment anymore. Like now, it's not my apartment. If my husband if my husband has the goodwill, probably he will share his something, and we will have the place to live with my 3 kids. If not, I don't know. So there are a lot of maybes, always maybes when you are in Kyiv, and the sense of normality is a little bit different because in Prague it's like you see that people live, and sometimes when I am passing past tourists, past locals, I feel that like I'm a ghost, like I'm passing through other people's minds and peaceful lives, but I'm like a ghost, like floating over them. And in Kyiv, I was feeling too alive. I could say hyper alive. Because I was constantly thinking that something might collapse. The house might collapse, the bomb might fall, the drone might land at night. So you are too alive in Kyiv, but it's at the end it's becoming very exhausting, and it makes you feel the world different because you understand how strong people are. The people who live in this city, the people who live in Kyiv, that they are so strong that they can survive and they can hear those explosions and still go back to work and live, even if they don't have the sense of safety. But still they carry hope. And those people who stay in Ukraine, they already lived how to live between this sirens and silence, because when there is silence, it's also kind of sinister. And when you feel the silence in Kyiv, you feel like something strange, something probably even more terrible is going to happen. So people still walk, people still love. And people live everywhere, in Prague, in Kyiv, and the people cross the bridges. But in Ukraine, the bridges shake from the explosions. If you are standing in the street and the explosions are happening somewhere, this wave make the bridges shake. Also, the sounds of the city are different, because in Prague is just to see the trams are running, the people are having this quiet conversations, and the river is floating, and it's also the sound of the cobblestones. So it's just the peaceful hum of the city that knows that the next day will be normal, and people trust the future here. People trust that the next day will come and it will safe. But in Kyiv, there is another soundtrack. The sirens are always breaking the silence of night, because now, as like Russians promised to us, we are going to have the bloody summer and the bloody autumn, which means that the number of the drones will rise. When, like a year ago, there were about, let's say, 20 drones per night. Then the number rose up to 40 drones, and now we can have more than 200 drones per night. And they are promising to send about around 1,000 drones every day per Kyiv alone. So the attack that I survived in Kyiv, we had 500 drones for Ukraine, the total number of drones, and half of them, 250, were targeted directly to capital city, to Kyiv. So we really don't know about the summer and the winter and what potential they have, because it's very emotionally difficult to live in constant alert and in this anxiety mode. Today's tour is not about Charles Bridge. I will make the usual tour, and I have made it several times. So today's tour is about my feelings of Prague and Kyiv. So don't be surprised that today I will not be talking about statues, about the length of the bridge, which is 512 meters. But I will be telling about my feelings. I am so full of those emotions. So let me show you one interesting place. I have never shown it before. So it's the beautiful dam, like a small dam, but it has the beautiful view to Charles Bridge. So I wanted to tell you that when I was in. When you see the pictures from Kyiv in the news, or you hear the stories of the people, it's not the same. When you are there, you feel that, you soak that. I could say vibe, but it's not actually the vibe. It's the tension, it's that anxiety, it's the way how you can survive there. And this is why I decided to share with you these emotions, because they are raw. They are very natural, and I'm full of them because I have just come from Kyiv, from Ukraine, and you can just understand the war when you are there. No stories can bring it close to you. It can, and we need to tell the stories to the world, and I will tell them. But the feelings are like you cannot substitute them. You just need to go to Ukraine. If you are not afraid, please come. So let me show you this incredible terrace. So what is, you can hear the soundtrack of Prague, the soundtrack of the forks that are like when the people use when they're eating pizzas, the soundtrack of the river. But in Kyiv, there are sirens, the buzz. So for me, the buzz of Iranian drones like made me this fear. I was very afraid of them. It's a natural sound, and when I was hearing the drones, I was really feeling that like the body is freezing, and you want to hide somewhere from that awful noise because they are. The drones are flying very, very low, and they can hit the house easily. Let's have a look on one of the most beautiful views to the Charles Bridge. We are quite close to it. You can see Prague Castle and incredible sunset. Guys, please let me know. Can you hear the sound of Prague, the sound of Vltava River? Because water here is very loud and it's very beautiful. We can see that place from the Charles Bridge, but here I am standing very close to that dam, and you can see the paddle boats on the distance, and a lot of people who are you are very quiet. Please let me know that everything is okay. The sound of the river. Okay, so you can hear the river. Also, when I was sleeping in Kyiv, I always heard these explosions, sounds of explosions. They are unnatural, and you're happy if you hear the distant boom boom, and you understand that it's not close to your house. If the boom is very close, you can feel that the windows shake, and it's also very scary. Then you need to wait for the silence, and after the attack, usually the silence is very loud, it's heavy, it's tense, and people are waiting to see what are the destructions of the city. So this constant change for the nervous system, like it's attack and then it is calm, it also influences people. The local photographers always make very sad pictures of how people spend the night in metro. You know, mothers are breastfeeding the newborns when the explosions are heard from the outside, and the dogs, the pets, who also are like sitting in this metro. So when I returned to Prague, it took me some time to adjust to this calm and peace. And I was thinking like it's a trick. Now something might begin, but it's not a trick, and it's really peace is here. But when you are returning to Kyiv, when you're returning to war, you know that the noise of those drones and missiles is real. And I could call that a noise of fear, probably, because this is the sounds of loss and the sounds of survival. What I felt is that peace is not just the absence of war. Peace is when people have this absolutely quiet minds, when they can work, create something, when they can, when they know that the schools will be safe for them, and people can live without trembling. This is probably peace. Now we will walk to Charles Bridge, which is connection of the old city and the new old city and the Mala Strana, lesser town where Prague Castle is. And Prague, this Charles Bridge was always the kind of the connection, that the place that connected two worlds. That is why I decided to show you today this connection and to speak about the connection of the Czech and Ukrainian cultures. So Charles Bridge connects two banks of one river, and for me, Charles Bridge connects two versions of myself. I mean, the one version of myself that lives in Prague, and when I'm in Prague, I always I don't care about my life, and I'm not afraid for my life. So I smile to the sun, and I know that the windows will be safe here. And in Kyiv, I always think about the safety, and I'm kind of both. The beautiful statue of Charles IV, who built Charles Bridge and Charles University. And for me, it's the walk, today's tour is kind of a walk between the cultures, between my memories, between the two truths, because the cities live and function, but Prague has its own truth and Kyiv has its own truth. This is also the incredible Charles Bridge. I hope that people can listen to each other, and other nationalities, other countries can hear the voice of Ukrainians who desperately need help, because without help we can just collapse, and that's all. I really want Ukraine to survive on the map of Europe, but we don't know the end of this war. So this bridge makes two banks of the river closer, and I hope that my story will make Ukraine closer to you as well. War has changed a lot our mentality, because it took away the illusions that people had. In Ukraine, people are probably more united. I could say that they even more alive, more direct. They tell you what they think, because they don't know if they will leave tomorrow or not. And there is no time to politeness when you're sending your husband, your son, your brother to the army, or when you are just sitting and counting the minutes between the sirens. So people have the psychological scars, the grief and the fatigue. And in Prague, the life is different, definitely different. I love to live these both lives because it's kind of when you're going to Ukraine, it's okay. When I know that I will sleep in the bomb shelter just for a couple of days, and it's not for the rest of my life. But people are sleeping in the bomb shelters in the metro in Kyiv for years now. And the nations are different. So let me tell you about the differences that I noticed between the Czechs and Ukrainians. We are already on the Charles Bridge, and I absolutely agree with SL. So you're writing to me, trust, because all the things will eventually work out. For example, like my Prague apartment. And you're absolutely right. You know, it is kind of magic. I came here asking Prague and Charles Bridge to help me. when I was looking for apartment in Prague, and it was just, I think, 2 days when I signed this contract for the new apartment that I already have, and it was a miracle. I think really Prague and Charles Bridge and this place helped me to stay here in safety. But it's hard to live through all of this, and I think every day is becoming kind of harder and harder, and it's not easier. And even today, when my son stayed there, some terrible things happened to him. I don't know. I don't want to complain all the time and tell this kind of personal details and what is happening, because sometimes I feel that it is not correct, it's not professional. But still, I wanted to share that with you because we have such a kind of small audience here, and you're always so supportive that I feel that you are a part of all of this, and you are really helping me. It's not just like I'm telling you the story and it's for, I don't know, for popularity or for hype. No, it's because I really get the help from the people around the world, and I believe that Ukraine can win with the help of other nations, and I can survive with your help as well. That is why I need it, and I go to you, and I share with you. So let's go. Let's cross the Charles Bridge and talk about the differences of the cultures and the nations. I don't remember if I have shown you the crown. So very soon, today is the 5th of July, and Charles Bridge was founded on the 9th of July. So there will be the procession of kind of the foundation of the bridge, and it will happen on the 9th of July at 5 a.m. in the morning. King Charles IV with all his horses will come here. So what I wanted to show you is this incredible crown. Thank you, SL. You're writing that I am so important that you want to see the resilient and strong woman. So this is how the city coronated the king, because the kings were passing through this. So the Charles Bridge, when they were going to Prague Castle, this was a part of the coronation process. And now it's one of the best landmarks, European landmarks, and a lot of people are coming to see this incredible Baroque statues. By the way, I think it's one of the most beautiful times to explore Charles Bridge. Yes, there are a lot of people, but still there is the beautiful sunset. So about the nations. In Prague, the history is, I could say, still, like a stone, It's very still, it's very calm, it's reserved, it's composed, it's thoughtful, just like the statues. Because people here, like the Czechs, they don't hurry, they speak softly, they measure their words, they have this strength. Like a river, it flows very slowly, steadily, without any noise, and has everything in place. So this is, for me, the culture, kind of the traits of the culture of the Czechs. And you can trace that in the Czech history, because the Czech history taught the people who lived here to endure in silence. For example, you are looking at these statues. I was telling you why they were placed here, because like the Habsburgs, they wanted to make sure that this is the Catholic state, and the Czechs, they always wanted to be Protestants, but they calmly had these statues on the bridge, and they were reminding all the people who lived here that this is the Catholic state, not the Protestant state. So it's kind of this reserved attitude towards the authorities. So there was the oppression, but it wasn't without kind of shouting, so people here in Czech Republic had this kind of subtle resistance. Even if we talk about World War II, why Prague was not ruined, why we can see this beauty, the streets, these cobblestones, because there was no oppression. And this is exactly like the point of time when we are now. Putin attacked Ukraine, and we are fighting, we are fierce in fighting. We are courageous, we are fighting, we are losing our lives. And when Hitler came to Prague, there was no such kind of resistance. Yes, like they just in Prague Castle they had this Reinhard Heydrich, the guy who was ruling over Bohemia and Moravia in the name of the Third Reich, and people were not protesting, they were not fighting. So the people in this country, in Czech Republic, they learned how to survive like very with caution, I could say with irony, because they have this Czech humor, and with a lot of patience. But it's not bad. I think that their calm is not the weakness. It's the wisdom that they have through the centuries, and it's also that brought them this value to this country and to the places that we are visiting. First of all, because it wasn't like ruined. Prague is standing, and it's one of the European cities that didn't suffer. And it was in the epicenter of the war, because Germany is close, Austria is here, France, and the borders with the Soviet Union was not far away. But Ukraine has another kind of history. We're burning, we always live and we love this. Like we live with fire in our veins. Really, we have fire in our veins, and we all, for the last 300 years, since Bogdan Khmelnytsky signed that agreement in Pereyaslav. So he was it was a very important page of Ukrainian history. So this started the Russian oppression, because Bogdan Khmelnytsky, he was the hetman, the ruler of the Cossack army, and he signed the agreement that placed our country under the protection of the Tsardom of Russia. And Ukraine agreed to swear, allegiance, like to swear allegiance to the Tsar of Russia. And that is how the Russian influence began. So it's not, in the terms of the history, 300 years, not a very long period of time. And that was the unfortunate decision, of course, to align with Russia. Probably we should have tried to be more free and to have this freedom inside Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. But we had this page of our history, and our Ukrainian way of fighting, of living is very loud. Even our songs are loud. We are full of this rebellion. Our language is full of emotions. Our history is all about tears and courage. And Ukrainians are very stubborn, and we don't know how to be neutral, because history never allowed us this privilege to be neutral. We were always fighting for our independence, especially with Russia. I think that today we're having an incredibly beautiful tour. Please let me know if you're enjoying this incredible statues. I'm talking about Ukrainian and Czech values, and just want you to send you my feelings. I wanted to tell that Ukrainians were always fighting for, we were always fighting for our language, for our books, because like Russians wanted to burn them, and we always tried to keep our identity, Ukrainian identity, alive, even when Russia wanted to erase it, ban it, bomb it. I'm talking about Holodomor. It's the famine, artificial famine that was imposed in Ukraine in 1930s. So Ukrainian culture is all about beauty, but also about struggle. Even our embroidery shirts that I love to wear, they carry these protection codes, because people often had to go to war and they needed protection. Even Ukrainian lullabies, they carry the grief, and our poetry quite often bear the grief and protest. So Ukrainian independence is our legacy, and it's in our blood. Let me rub the statue of John of Nepomuk, because I keep making the only wish all the time. So one day it will become true. And please make this wish with me, or make your own wish. So I'm rubbing. Don't rub this lady if you don't want to get pregnant. You can rub John of Nepomuk, and I'll make the wish. It's today's personal wish. It's not about Ukraine. 3 wishes already. A lot of wishes. I have a lot of wishes today. And all of you had your own wish. So let me continue, and I'm happy that you find it interesting that I share my emotions. We Ukrainians, we cry easily, we shout easily, we cry easily, we sing at funerals, we dance when we are protesting. When we had this Maidan, as we call it, when we were protesting on our Independence Square, we were dancing there and singing. So we are doing everything loudly and fiercely, because we must protest fiercely or we will lose everything. Probably survival taught us that the silence can be dangerous, and we need to name the things. If Russia is attacking us, it's the war, not the special military operation. I am living now in Czech Republic, and I have taught myself, probably I just acquired this new way of understanding the power, because I appreciate another kind of power that Czechs have, this still power, as I call it, is the power of stillness and the strength of silence that they have. The dignity when they are not reacting to the every flame that they have in their history. So this is what I learned to respect in Czech culture. The Czechs are calm, and Ukrainians are very I couldn't say loud, but we have this fire, and we don't cancel each other, because we need this world, and we need everything in it. We need the fire to resist something bad that is happening, and we need calm to rebuild after our world after the war. Yes, there is, Julia, exactly a lot of common traits between Jews and Ukrainians, because we always have the struggle. As much as I remember, as we have learned the Ukrainian history, it's not calm. It's all about some kind of fight for independence. Also, I wanted to share with you the difference of how to be a parent in, let's say, in Czech Republic and in Ukraine, because it's being a parent in wartime is absolutely different world. Even my children that are who are in Prague, they grow between these two worlds. One is about comfort and comfort of Prague and the crisis that we have, and they feel it like we have now the crisis in our family, their life in Prague looks quite normal because they go to school. My elder daughter goes to work. They can go to the streets, they can play in the park, they don't have to run in the shelter just in the middle of the night every day. It feels like their life is predictable, but for Ukrainian kids it's not predictable. They know where they're from, they know what is happening, and they remember the other reality that they lived before Prague. And they remember how we packed the things, how we have to escape in the 5 minutes. We didn't say goodbyes to their friends, and at first no bad time stories. So it's all about war, and many families are split in very painful ways. This is the chestnut, and it's the symbol of Kyiv. Very beautiful chestnut, and a lot of chestnuts on it. So some families, like mine family, didn't survive the war, and I mean not in the emotional sense, but in a real sense. The men stay alone in Ukraine and they are living their new life. The women are abroad with the children, they are carrying everything, the school, the food, the tears, the trauma of this life on their shoulders, and the men can find the new love. Yes, my youngest son currently is in Ukraine because he couldn't feel comfortable here living, studying, and we made a decision to send him for a period of time, but probably he will go back, because if there will be kind of bloody summer and bloody autumn, I will take him back here. And also it's so hard for him now to live with my husband and his lover in our apartment. It's just heartbreaking. It's absolutely unbearable for the child to see all this. So the men are fighting in Ukraine, or they are alone living their new lives. And this distance, it's now the part of our Ukrainian children. The distance of that is between the families is the part of our kind of identity. It's a part of upbringing, because children, they're always missing someone. They are missing them. For example, my children are missing my grandparents. They loved my mom and my dad, and they leave not to blame anyone for it. And I feel now that they live like they don't care, but they care, you know.
Okay. What's your channel to follow?
It's called Marvelous.kyiv. Now
Can I
we
say
have
hi?
stream. Yes, you can. We have 42
Hi.
people. Where are you from?
We're from Spain.
Oh, from
Barcelona.
Spain. Oh, Barcelona. It's very hot in Barcelona now.
Yes.
Is it hotter here?
No,
Or is this-
here, okay, we arrived today.
You just
good.
arrived today?
Yes.
Yes, pretty good, the climate. Right.
But you have sea in Barcelona. I think that Prague has everything except sea. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
At the moment, very beautiful, very medieval.
Medieval, yes. So you need to go to Old Town Square. You will reach that tower, and then you will go straight and you will reach the clock.
Okay,
Probably
perfect.
you have seen the clock.
Not yet.
No.
We arrived a few hours ago.
You just need to go there. Just go straight,
Okay.
and you will find even more gorgeous
Okay.
scenery.
Thank you.
Follow
Yes,
her.
yes. Marvelous Kyiv.
Marvelous.
Kyiv is the capital of Ukraine. Probably I will have 2 more subscribers. Who knows? So let's continue. Please let me know what do you think about this format of the tour. It's not usual. I'm trying different kind of ways of communicating with you because it's hard. I would like to take you to Germany, to France, to Dresden, but it takes a lot of resources like the tickets and the accommodation. So I decided to talk about my feelings and to show you Prague and to tell you how war changes everything. There are 2 aspects. I feel that I need to make the children safe physically, but also I need to let them know that the world some kind of makes sense and it's safe to live in the world. Now I have a lot of questions concerning my husband and how to live, how we will live. We don't know. We have a lot of uncertainty, and I have to answer all these questions. It's also strength to answer these questions. And I think that Ukrainian children, not just my children, but all Ukrainian children, hardened too early. What I mean hardened, that Ukrainian children learned to be strong too early because war changed them. And it forces parents become even more than parents because we need to explain the pain. We need to explain why it's happening. We need to protect the children's dreams. We need to build them this fragile peace inside the chaos. Now I live in chaos, and my children feel that the life is chaotic. We don't know. We can't predict even will we have the apartment to live. Will we have money to live or not? And I need to find some kind of the fragile pieces of peace inside the chaos. And sometimes I feel like I'm raising them in a different universe. One universe belongs to this peaceful, beautiful Prague, the peaceful Europe, and the other universe is the beautiful country that is under attack. But I believe that if we raise our children with love, with honesty, and then they will grow up and they will bridge, they will connect this bridge, they will build the bridge between these strange worlds. So we crossed the bridge and we were talking about the mental bridges as well. I want to create the future where the children I would love to see this future in Ukraine, that children would never hear the signs, the sounds of sirens again. And also, war changes our priorities. It's not just about the buildings. So you can see the beautiful buildings, and some beautiful buildings in Kyiv are destroyed. But you just stop thinking and worrying about the little things, like about your clothes, does it match or not? So where shall we go? Let me take you to some beautiful place. Let me take you under the bridge, like over here. Yes, all we need is love, exactly. And it's very, very confusing to live like this. So the war rewrites everything. Before the war, I was thinking about vacations, about summer, about future plans, some kind of business ideas. Probably I was dreaming about buying some apartment that belonged to me, and I was thinking about some kind of work. I loved touring, but the war shows you what really matters. And the war shows this to you in a very brutal way, because you are not expecting that. The people don't dream about vacations anymore. They are dreaming that their son or husband wouldn't be drafted to war, and they are dreaming to get the messages like everything is okay, we have survived this night, we are safe. And people are not caring about the clothes they wear, the brands of this clothing, but they care about the silence at night, about their children. They want the children sleep peacefully, not, of course, on the floors of the metro stations and not with explosions in the bathrooms. So the priorities become very narrow, like you are dreaming about the quiet night, about not hearing these awful sirens. But the priorities also become very deep and I could say real, because people need real. You mentioned their love. So in Ukraine now, it's a very interesting comment. We need real love. Real love, is not... it's a funny comment, but I want to elaborate on that. It's a love that I didn't have. So we need real love and real support. If the person has real love and real support, if the family has that, we will survive. Like the family will survive and everything will be okay. So I didn't have real love, and that is why it didn't survive the war. Probably, if not the war, probably we would have lived like this way. But the war changed everything, and it showed that the love was not real. And now I can see that it's not real. But as Julie was writing to me, I see a completely different person from another planet, very, very, very cruel, doing things that I could never imagine the person can do. So we need real things in Ukraine, real love, real safety, real protection, not fake one. Let me show you where I'm standing, because it is incredibly beautiful here. And also we need a real human connection, like it's also the reason why I'm talking to you now, because I don't need fake friends. I need a real human connection, real compassion, real interest. And my identity has changed too. I used to be a cheerful tour guide. I was thinking of myself like I'm bringing joy. I'm telling people funny stories, entertaining on my tours. And now I am a witness. I'm telling you about war, about these war stories. I try to look in the future without fear, but I really miss that joyful, as you were writing in the comments on Hey Go bubbly tour guide. I'm missing that girl who used to believe that the life will follow in a natural way and will have some kind of logic, and I would work hard and everything would be okay. I miss that girl. I miss that life. And all the parts of my identity with this war changed. That I became different. My instincts, I think, they, what I say, kind of sharpened, became more vivid. My courage changed. I never knew that I could be such a courageous person. My ability to truth changed, because I love now to tell the truth. So war changes you and forces people to live differently, and the war burns away everything that is not real, everything that is superficial. And you find the real deep purpose in everything that is happening with you. You know, when I'm reading the stories in our publics, the stories of tragedies, I mean, I understand that people, Ukrainians, they've learned how to find, something real, something important. This deep meaning, even in grief, in fear, and even in this survival. So it's very important to tell the stories of what we feel, how we think, and it's very important to keep the memories of people who died and the memories of people who survived. So we crossed the bridge, which is not fragile because it was built in 1357. This bridge, we crossed this bridge, and this bridge and the war taught me that when you lose everything, you just need to rise. When you lose everything, yes, you can grieve for a few moments, but you need to rise. You have to rise. And sometimes it's not a bad thing. It's like the person can discover his or her true identity when you are in this kind of ashes. Because I'm talking about myself. I'm in ashes now, and I feel like I'm at the bottom, at the very difficult period of my life, and I want to find my own true self. Probably this is a chance for me to find my own true self, what I can do. I really want to enjoy this life, but I don't feel safety now, financial safety first of all. I don't know what, because I am alone with the 3 kids, and I don't know how it will all go. I hear the music, it's very beautiful. Let's find out. I will show you one of them, beautiful Prague streets. So this is how the restaurants look like. So my idea is that the power of beauty sometimes is born in the darkness. Look how beautiful the restaurants are at night in Prague. It's so beautiful. When I'm seeing this, sometimes I feel that the beauty feels wrong because, like, I'm from Ukraine, and sometimes like it feels like when your country is burning, and it's a strange contrast. A strange contrast with the life that I had in Kyiv. So the music was coming from here. People are just enjoying the evening. Beauty is... beauty, like when you look at the pictures, for example, or the beautiful architecture, it helps you to keep sane. For me, it's a good method of surviving, because when I feel absolutely devastated, I go to the beautiful street, and it really keeps me sane. When the world is falling apart around you, beauty is a decision. So you can listen to the song, and you can see the beautiful pictures, and you understand that you still here, you're still present, you still live, and you can enjoy the life. These are the special, like, kind of subtle moments. But in Ukraine, the beauty now is absolutely different. Let me tell you how I felt that in Ukraine. You can see the pictures, but there is kind of a picture of a ballerina who is dancing in the ruins of the theater in Kharkiv, or the violin that is playing during the air raid alert in the metro station. And these pictures, like these moments, are photographed. Or like the teddy bear that is lying on the ground of the kind of the apartment of the child's bedroom that was ruined at night, and there are just rubbles, and this beautiful teddy bear is lying there. So it's we can call that an art, but it's also a shock. And I think that people need to see, and people need to see that, and there should be these pictures, because they are not just the kind of the art. It's a testimony that can be used in court in future. So there is a new wave of Ukrainian art now. It's wounded and it's raw, especially the pictures of the soldiers, of the wounds, of everything that is happening on the front lines. It's not always about beauty. It's about stating that we are not victims. We are witnesses. We are still human. We Ukrainians, we are still creators. We are dreamers. But these pictures, they are kind of telling to the world, this is what is happening. This is what we are made of. This is what war looks like. It's like a mirror, and these pictures, they don't hide the pain. It tells the truth. So I hope it makes sense, because I try to tell you the feelings. When I was in Ukraine, my telephone was full of those pictures that I get in the morning after the air raid alerts. And you can see that. The pictures of heroes, the pictures from the front lines. So it's also Ukrainian art, but beauty in wartime is different from beauty during the peace. And this is Prague's beauty. You see, it is calm, it is harmony of architecture, of some kind of unusual things. The elegance of the buildings, of the bridges, and this beauty invites you to rest, to have fun, to smile. Yes, Robert, I agree that Putin just cares about himself, and he doesn't care about the people. He has a lot of people in his country, and he doesn't have how many of them would die. Slava Ukraini, Heroям Slava. Yes. We will. It's already 1 hour, but I will walk with you around the corner and finish the tour in a couple of minutes. Thank you so much, my dear, for supporting me. Thank you for coming to my tours. There is the link to PayPal and to buy me a coffee. It's pinned in the. It's pinned in the comments, and also it's in the description of the tour. And I am very grateful for your support, for your presence in my life, for the fact that you are coming here. Tomorrow I will have an incredible tour. It's going to be a celebration of Ivana Kupala night. It's like Ivan Kupala was the sun in old pagan traditions. It was a pagan god. So it's the celebration, Ukrainian celebration of Ivana Kupala night, when the girls are making the wreaths and set them on the rivers, and the boys had to catch these wreaths. Then the young couples are jumping through over the fire, and if they are not burnt, if they are survived, Then they will have the long and happy marriage life. So tomorrow I will invite you to that special Ukrainian celebration of Ivana Kupala night. I don't know what is going to be there, but we will go and see. It's going to be on one of the islands on the Vltava River here in the center of the city. So let me know how do you love this version of our walk when I was sharing with you my emotions, and we will walk around the corner. I'm very happy that you are in my life. I'm very grateful for your tips, for your support and Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal, because this gives me the chance to survive, to live, and to be with you. Let's go, and thank you for being here for me, for standing for me, for Ukraine, and just to keeping me in your prayers. Where do we leave the tip? Dear Sally, so in the description there is the link to Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal. PayPal is better for me now because I have the quick access to money. Or in the pinned messages in the chat, there is also mentioned the PayPal and the Buy Me a Coffee link. Thank you so much. We are continuing and we will finish in a couple of minutes. Yes, I don't delete the recordings, Julie, so you will see the recordings. It's Christmas. You see, it's Christmas World in Prague. Beautiful cafe with gingerbreads. So beauty in Kyiv is different. It's all about urgency. It's all about protests. It's very eclectic because it screams about war. And here it's very quiet. Today I have shown you the beautiful sunset on the Vltava River, and I'm going to finish where I'm taking you. I'm taking you to one of the most beautiful places where the painters are coming and draw them the pictures in Prague, the pictures of the Charles Bridge. So this tour reminded me that Ukrainians are fighting for something very important. We're fighting for love. We're fighting for our territories, of course, but we're fighting for the fact that we can rebuild everything and we can stay on the map of Europe, and we can cross this bridge between the despair and hope, because now many Ukrainians are in despair. The help from US stopped this week, and it's not a good sign at all. I hope that we will cross this bridge between the destruction of war and creation of the new country. And many of us will become new people after this war. Thank you, Marilyn. I will reward myself with something tasty, and it's really very important to just know that there is friendship, there is human connection across the borders. Yes, the war is about destruction, but what Ukrainians didn't expect, especially at the beginning of war, this kindness of the strangers, the kindness that people were stretching their hands when our world was falling apart. And now I'm living through my personal drama, and you are stretching your hands to me. And it's like people whom you don't know, they start to show up in your life. Like when you are telling me your stories, when you are sharing your tips from your personal life. This is a kind of support that I mean. When you have the broken heart, when you are on survival mode, or when now I don't know where I belong, to Ukraine or to Czech Republic, I don't know where to live. And then the strangers, they are they're just saying, we don't know what to say, but we're here. We're here. We can support you, even with the words, with the prayers. Because you write to me, you check on me, you listen to my voice on these tours. You are staying with me where I'm walking on the streets of Kyiv or in the streets of Prague. You send messages of hope. And I have never met you in person, but I feel closer to you than to many people that I knew in person. And it's very important that you became my true friends and my lifeline. My life is broken, like I abandoned a lot. I abandoned my country, my husband, but I can share my pain with you, and I can hold my hope thanks to you. So what are the name of these cute animals? I forgot. We call them nutria. They are not beavers. So this is the wonderful animals that live in Prague. Yes, I can do, Marcia, I can do the in-person tour in Prague. If you are visiting Prague, there is the email in the description of my channel, marvelous.kyiv at gmail.com. It's also my PayPal, and you can connect with me on the via email, and we can arrange the in-person tour if you want to. So he is like making massage, taking a shower or massage, something like this. These are the small boats that are crossing the Vltava River, and they can go below the Charles Bridge. And this is the view that I promised to you when I was taking you here. You see the beautiful view of Charles Bridge from this place. Look, it's incredible. It's incredible, just incredible. So in the worst of times, there is still a lot of human goodness. People can listen to the story, people can pray for you, people can light the candle, and people can say, you are not alone. And these small moments of kindness that are so important to me. And I'm so grateful that otters, yes, probably otters. So I'm so grateful that you are in my life, and that I live in this kind of world where once I joined Hego and became a Hego tour guide, and I met all of you. And many of you are closer to me than many of people whom I know in person. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow on the very beautiful Ukrainian. So this event is organized by the Ukrainian community, Ivana Kupala night in Prague, but it's going to be a Ukrainian celebration, a Ukrainian feast with the Ukrainian traditions, these wreaths, probably some master classes. So please come, and I will enjoy your wonderful company tomorrow. Thank you so much again for supporting me on Buy Me a Coffee, on PayPal. It means the world to me. See you tomorrow, guys. Goodbye. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you for your kind words. You're always so supportive. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, SL. See you again tomorrow. So this is one of those moments when the empathy of the people can cross the borders. And I am so happy that our solidarity is so deep and unbreakable. So it's wonderful that we have this friendship, and probably this friendship is born in grief of the war, but thank you for every message, for every prayer, for every moment that you have chosen not to look away from me and from Ukraine. and to guys, no, don't go away. Don't go away. A book of wisdom. A book of wisdom. Okay, otters, ducks. You look at them, and I take off my backpack because we need to finish with something beautiful. I was carrying my book of wisdom, so you need to see the new page of my life. So this is the book of wisdom that I brought from Kyiv. You remember, I was carrying it even before the war. It's here. So let's open it. On the new page, and this is the new quote. Everything always ends up working out, sometimes even better than you can imagine. You were writing this phrase before. Someone was writing to me, everything always ends up working out, and sometimes even better than you can imagine. Let's believe in this. So this is my book of wisdom, the new page and the new beginning. Hooray! Thank you again. I love this inspiration. I love the way that I can come and say hello. Hello from Prague, hello from Kyiv. Let's go. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Thank you. Yes, it's back home. Everything will work out, yes. Beautiful tour, absolutely beautiful tour. And I love the kind of beauty that we had today. Because even in the broken world, there is something beautiful in us. Goodbye.